Hello, everybody. May Christ be with you. We're in the joyous Paschal season, which means that we just had a slew of baptisms, not just in this parish, but all over the world, really, on Lazarus Saturday and on Holy Saturday. A lot of people, when they come into the Orthodox Church, they expect that if this is the true faith, everything should be easier. Life should get simpler, life should get more peaceful, and the spiritual struggle should actually kind of decrease. But they're often surprised to find that actually after baptism, the spiritual struggle increases. And many people who convert from other Christian confessions look at this and say, why is it that as a Roman Catholic or as a Protestant, whatever, why is it that I didn't seem to struggle as much as I do in the Orthodox Church? If the Orthodox Church is true, and I have all the benefits of the services, of the fasting, of the prayers of the saints, shouldn't I struggle less? And what's interesting is when we look at the baptism of Christ, we see that the first thing he does after baptism is the Spirit drives him into the desert where he does what? To do battle with Satan. So we really should have an expectation that the spiritual life is going to be tough and the spiritual struggle isn't going to decrease after baptism, but it will increase. Often there's a period of grace and there's a period in which things seem easier for a time. It may last days or weeks or maybe even months, but eventually it's taken away. And then people begin to struggle in new ways. For a long time, I had a really difficult time explaining to people why this is. But I came across a little explanation in this book from the modern saint, Saint Epiphanius. The book is called Counsels for Life. And in Counsels for Life, he says this very simple thing. It says, once he was asked, "Elder, it is known that peace reigns only in the soul of people of God. However, the evangelicals also maintain that they feel a permanent calmness in their hearts. How is it possible for this to occur since they are in delusion?" And he responded, "In the villages, my child, when the villagers wish to tie their donkey for grazing, it is not necessary to tie it by all 4 feet. It suffices to tie it by one. The devil does the same thing with the evangelicals. Since he has tied them by the foot of heresy, he does not attack them with other temptations. Thus it is explained why they feel peace, as they maintain. However, this peace is superficial and temporal." I think what St. Epiphanius is saying here is so significant, and if I can put it in my own words, he suggests that when we're tied by one foot, the foot of heresy, we don't have the proper medicine of theology. That theology is not full and as effective as true theology is within the church. And thus the devil can tie us by one leg and we feel like we have relative freedom. And he can leave us alone because we can only venture so far into the spiritual life. But once you become Orthodox, that tie is severed. Well, now when the devil wants to grab you, he has to tackle you down by all 4 feet. So the spiritual struggle becomes much more violent, it becomes much more aggressive, and it becomes much more difficult. However, as I'm always saying, salvation is in the struggle. The struggle is your salvation. So the fact that you struggle more is actually not a sign that there's something wrong with orthodoxy. It's a sign that orthodoxy is true, because the devil can't stand it. And he's going to fight you tooth and nail. But you have immensely more saints and angels interceding for you, and in the struggle, you gain many crowns. So don't despair that you're struggling more as an Orthodox Christian. Rather rejoice that the devil hates it so much that he thinks that you're on the right path, that he continues to fight you even more hard, with more veracity than he did before. Don't despair, rather rejoice. Go to prayer, go to Christ, seek advice from your priest, and continue your struggle well. In the words of Elder Cleopa, may heaven consume you.